Hey everyone, it's the Patient Toddler coming at you with a very quick market update, and it's super urgent because we have one of the largest chart patterns that we had so far in the history of crypto breaking out right here, right now, in this moment, kicking off potentially the last phase of this bull market that is going to make crypto millionaires, and whatever money is in that market for you is very likely going to 5, 10, 50, 100x depending on how you are positioned, and for some even 1000x. But the big question is, what exactly is happening? Why is it happening? In which sequence is it happening? And where does this massive money come from? So if you enjoyed these quick crypto updates here on this channel, then smash up the like button right now. Don't forget to subscribe with notifications on so that you can really follow this massive pattern breakout unfolding here on an almost daily basis, also on live streams every day on Crypto Morning Coffee. So let's dive into this. We have this chart pattern of a cup and handle basically forming and unfolding since a long time. Since 2021, this chart pattern is in the making, and it basically engulfs an entire market cycle, so to say, right? But let's start from the beginning. So while we're watching these charts, please, let's keep in mind and keep in the back of our heads how this path to altcoin season is unfolding, right? So we had the phase where Bitcoin is the only star of the show for more than 2 years, when Bitcoin went from 15,000 all the way up to 115,000, even to 124,000, where flow of money moves into Bitcoin, causing price surges. This is concluded. Then we had a phase overlap where money flows into Ethereum, but it struggled still to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it. So we already saw this overlap phase where Ethereum had struggles to keep up with Bitcoin, and even we had a lot of Ethereum FUD, having Ethereum underperform for quite some time at $1,500. But then it was time for phase 2. Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, and we hear talks of the flippening. We did cover this on this channel. Everything of this came true. Ethereum went to $4,700, and we did hear people actually coming on TV and talking about that at some point Ethereum will flip, Bitcoin, it's the better store of value, blah, 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 all the story, right? But then we have the phase overlap where money is starting to trickle into large caps, where we see large buy-ups happening. And I believe that we're somewhere in between here, where Ethereum is still doing well, where large caps are starting to outperform, and then the large caps time is coming. Ethereum has been outperforming already Bitcoin, and large caps are going parabolic. We did not see that yet. Most of the large caps are not going parabolic yet, but they're starting to outperform. So I would say that we're somewhere in between phase 2 and phase 2 overlap right now. Keep that in the back of your heads, and then in the end it's part overlap where all altcoins, all hell breaks loose, right? So this in the back of our mind when we're looking at charts, right? So let's look at the TOTAL2 again, which we were looking in the beginning. This massive chart pattern is unfolding in the crypto market where we exclude stablecoins and Bitcoin, right? So everything else, including Ethereum, is here, and we do see the break out of this overhead resistance. And where is this overhead resistance coming from? It's coming from the weekly, where we do see that this chart pattern is actually perfect, and we hit our head. We were rejected a little bit, but right now we're breaking out, and we still have 1 day and 12 hours to really confirm this. We could drop back and not break out here, so keep this in the back of your heads. But we are seeing this breakout right now, and what we want to ideally see is that we break out here and retest, right? And where have we seen this before? Well, in the total with Bitcoin, right? So this is the entire crypto market with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin, obviously being the largest cryptocurrency in that market, has also the biggest impact on the price development. Hence the crypto market cap looks somewhat like the Bitcoin chart, but even better, because we have this cup and handle that we see on the TOTAL2 here. It broke out in this way, it retested here, and now we are just coming out of this massive retest on the monthly chart to pump higher, right? If we were seeing here in this crypto market cap when we were overbought in the RSI, where there were only really 2 times in the past history, and that was at close to the top here and close to the top here, right, that we reach this time. Here, we're not even there yet, so we expect the entire crypto market cap to go much, much higher in terms of where we are right now. We have reached $4 trillion market cap already. So that obviously means to lift this market up 100%, we need another $4 trillion. But where's this money coming from, right? Well, some people say, oh yeah, when the Fed eases, then this money is coming to the market. Yes, true, but why, right? So let's cover this as well. Right now, we do see, for example, Berkshire Hathaway of Warren Buffett is sitting on a huge cash pile. This is not the cash pile, but just in the back of our minds, right? That there are asset managers that are sitting in massive cash. Why do they do that? Many companies, asset managers, and rich individuals are parking their dollars in so-called money market funds, where you basically can yield farm, so to say, when interest rates are high. So this money in the money market funds has been piling up since 2021, basically, since we saw our top, right? So here we did have a reduction, but then it's going up and up and up, basically since the rate hikes, right? So money is being stored, basically assets are left in favor of the interest rate that you can gain here. So let's say the interest rate is at 4.5%, you can get beyond 4.5% just parking your money short-term in these money market funds, right? Farming interest rate. Now, let's say the Fed lowers several times 25 basis points from here, right? Starting within 5 days or in 4 days from making this video, where the first interest rate cut is probably happening, then this yield goes down, meaning that the first individuals here will look for alternative investments where they can get better returns, right? So this money that is in here will find a new home. And that is not necessarily always Bitcoin, always crypto, but it is as well, right? It is gold. We see it right now already anticipating. Gold is breaking out, new all-time high. But it's also stock markets. It is whatever asset. It's real estate. It's Bitcoin. It's Ethereum. It's whatever mixed altcoin ETF. Whatever, right? But that money needs to go somewhere else the more this rate comes down. So there are two aspects how this money moves out. The rate comes down as we expected in 5 days, and Jerome Powell announcing that the rate will come down more soon, plus market indicators saying, okay, the rate comes down. So how much money is in here? Well, it's $7.3 trillion, right? So we could estimate that a couple of $1 billion, at least of this, will hit crypto, which is obviously fueling the fire and the speculation and attracting other money that is not necessarily here in money market funds, but knows that this is going to happen, leading to realizing these breakouts, right? So we will add very likely hundreds of billions on top of this, leading to more surge in the total crypto market cap. And as we have seen before, we will see that it's going to hit very likely in this phase still Ethereum driving this breakout of TOTAL2. Now, if we're going from TOTAL2 to TOTAL3 and keeping the money flow of our crypto market in the back of our minds, we see that also here, without Ethereum, we are in this overlap, right, where large caps are driving. We're also breaking out right now, not that significantly yet, but this was lagging a couple of percent behind. And then you're moving on to the others, which is basically the crypto market excluding the top 10. We're lagging behind very, very heavily, right? So we are off the previous all-time high, even 32%. What does it tell us? Well, it proves basically our point that we are in this monetary flow in this phase here of phase 2 to phase overlap, because we only see some large caps driving. So TOTAL3 going up, TOTAL2 going up because of Ethereum, total market going up because of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the large caps, right? But this really not happening yet, right? Phase 3, 4, and then phase 5 is not here. I am basically the inventor of phase 5, which is then there's so much money in the crypto market and so many degenerates are sitting in money that they are going to buy NFTs, which is basically then the phase where after all the small coins are pumping, the small sun's pumping basically, then the NFTs are going nuts wherever there is substantial community-driven value in the NFTs, right? So that is what I predict, so to say, is happening. And we're seeing that the anticipation of that rate flow here already in gold, where gold is going crazy. We see it. We have hit new all-time highs at 3669. Crazy stuff is happening. So let me know in the comments below right now what you think is going to happen next year. Is this all true? Will we get all rich while this happens? Well, we are looking at the altcoins that we are seeing. They are already reacting. So I think that what we're seeing right now is obviously just a blip. It's nothing. We will see trillions and trillions added, but let me know in the comments below what you think. And if we were to draw this in on the TOTAL2, basically from the breakout, we need to go out of our logarithmic. So let's say this is a cup and handle. This is a cup and handle that breaks out, and we take the lowest point of this cup and handle and take that as a measured move on breakout, then we would get a target of 2.8 trillion in the crypto market that is not Bitcoin, right? So everything else going from currently 1.72 to 2.8 trillion, that would be roughly 1 trillion hitting the non-Bitcoin market. This can come out of Bitcoin, this can come out of the market monetaries that we saw right now and hit this market, right? That would be basically the breakout prediction for this. So another trillion on top of that would be my prediction. And obviously that would mean massive inflows into small altcoins as well at the end, right? So leading to those 20, 30, 50, 100 X's. So make sure to smash up the like button if you really like this. Make sure to subscribe to never miss out on Crypto Morning Coffee live streams and so on. Let me know if I'm delusional or if you think that really happens. And wherever you are on the world, have a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. And I catch you in the next market update, Crypto Morning Coffee live stream, or whatever other video I'm putting out here. See you soon and bye.